The middle class black's burden. I am a member of the black middle class who has had it with being patted on the head by white hands and slapped in the face by black hands for my success. Here's a discovery that too many people still find startling. When given equal opportunities at white collar pencil pushing, blacks want the same things from life that everyone else wants. These include the proverbial dream house, two cars, an above average school, and a vacation for the kids at Disneyland. We may, in fact, want these things more than other Americans because most of us have been denied them so long. Meanwhile, a considerable number of the folks we left behind in the old country, commonly called the ghetto, and the militants we left behind in their antiquated ideology, can't berate middle class blacks enough for forgetting where we came from. We have forsaken the revolution, we are told. We have sold out. We are Oreos, they say, black on the outside, white within. The truth is, we have not forgotten. We would not dare. We are simply fighting on different fronts and are no less war weary and possibly more heartbroken, for we know the black and white worlds can meld, that there can be a better world. It is impossible for me to forget where I came from as long as I am prey to the jive hustler who does not hesitate to exploit my childhood friendship. I am reminded, too, when I go back to the old neighborhood in fear and have my purse snatched, and when I sit down to a business lunch and have an old classmate wait on my table. I recall the girl I played dolls with who now rears 5 children on welfare, the boy from church who is in prison for murder, the pal found dead of a drug overdose in the valley where we once played tag. My life abounds in incongruities. Fresh from a vacation in Paris, I may, a week later, be on the Milk Run Trailways bus in deep South Black Country attending the funeral of an ancient uncle whose world stretched only 50 miles and who never learned to read. Sometimes, when I wait at the bus stop with my attache case, I meet my aunt getting off the bus with other cleaning ladies on their way to do my neighbor's floors. But I am not ashamed. Black progress has surpassed our greatest expectations. We never even saw much hope for it, and the achievement has taken us by surprise. In my heart, however, there is no safe distance from the wretched past of my ancestors or the purposeless present of some of my contemporaries. I fear such a fate can reclaim me. I am not comfortably middle class. I am uncomfortably middle class. I have made it, but where? Racism still dogs my people. There are still communities in which crosses are burned on the lawns of black families who have the money and grit to move in. What a hollow victory we have won when my sister, dressed in her designer everything, is driven to the rear door of the luxury high rise in which she lives because the cab driver, noting only her skin color, assumes she is the maid, or the nanny, or the cook, but certainly not the lady of any house at this address. I have heard the immigrant's bootstraps tales, the simplistic reproach of why can't you people be like us? I have fulfilled the entry requirements of the American middle class, yet I am left at times feeling unwelcome and stereotyped. I have overcome the problems of food, clothing, and shelter, but I have not overcome my old nemesis, prejudice. Life is easier, being black is not. I'm burdened daily with showing whites that blacks are people. I am, in the old vernacular, a credit to my race. I am my brother's keeper and my sister's, though many of them have abandoned me because they think that I have abandoned them. I run a gauntlet between two worlds, and I am cursed and blessed by both. I travel, observe, and take part in both. I can also be used by both. I am a rope in a tug of war. If I am a token in my downtown office, so am I at my cousin's church tea. I assuage white guilt. I disprove black inadequacy and prove to my parents' generation that their patience was indeed a virtue. I have a foot in each world, but I cannot fool myself about either. I can see the transparent deceptions of some whites and the bitter hopelessness of some blacks. I know how tenuous my grip on one way of life is and how strangling the grip of the other way of life can be. Many whites have lulled themselves into thinking that race relations are just grand because they were the first on their block to discuss crabgrass with the new black family. Yet too few blacks and whites in this country send their children to school together, entertain each other, or call each other friend. Blacks and whites dining out together draw stares. Many of my coworkers see no black faces from the time the train pulls out Friday evening until they meet at the coffee machine Monday morning. I remain a novelty. Some of my liberal white acquaintances pat me on the head, hinting that I am a freak, that my success is less a matter of talent than of luck and affirmative action. I may live among them, but it is difficult to live with them. How can they be sincere about respecting me, yet hold my fellows in contempt? And if I am silent when they attempt to sever me from my own, how can I live with myself? Whites won't believe I remain culturally different. Blacks won't believe I remain culturally the same. I need only look in a mirror to know my true allegiance, and I am painfully aware that even with my off-white trappings, I am prejudged by my color. As for the envy of my own people, am I to give up my career, my standard of living, to pacify them and set my conscience at ease? No. I have worked for these amenities and deserve them, though I can never enjoy them without feeling guilty. Those comforts do not make me less black nor oblivious to the woe in which many of my people are drowning. As long as we are denigrated as a group, no one of us has made it. Inasmuch as we all suffer for everyone left behind, we all gain for everyone who conquers the hurdle.